All right, let's just get right into it. Listen, if you've spent any time on the internet recently, you are probably drowning in endless content about looksmaxing. You know the stuff. Crazy skincare routines, weird jawline exercises, hacks to make you taller. Let's be real, most of it is absolute nonsense. Perfectly designed to make you feel insecure so someone can sell you a product. Well, today, we are unpacking an explainer that completely cuts through all that toxic noise. Think of the source material like the older brother you wish you had, handing you a highly realistic, zero BS, pragmatic guide to self-improvement. There are no expensive surgeries here, no requirement for top-tier genetics, and absolutely zero empty promises. Let's dive in.
So, here's the game plan for today as we climb what the source calls the pragmatic pyramid. We're going to start with skincare on a budget, then uncover some real jawline secrets, tackle grooming and hair care, shift gears to physique over height, and finally we'll arrive at the ultimate bitter truth. Let's get started.
All right, layer number 1 of the pyramid, skincare on a budget.
Look, skincare is a massive source of anxiety, especially for younger guys who feel this immense financial pressure to look flawless. The contrast between the internet's fantasy and grounded reality is just staggering. Influencers will sit there and tell you that you absolutely need a $150 routine packed with a dozen different sponsored serums. It's crazy. The source actually shares this hilarious but honestly kind of painful story of a teenager who literally stole money from his mom's purse just to buy some expensive face wash, only to get caught and immediately grounded. You absolutely do not need to go broke to get clear skin. The reality? Zero budget consistency is going to beat expensive, sponsored snake oil every single time. Okay, so what does a genuinely pragmatic routine look like? It is almost laughably simple. Step 1, cut the junk food and the sugar. Seriously, stop attacking your own body with chips, sodas, and heavy processed food, and your skin is going to naturally clear up. Step 2, just wash your face with plain cold water. Washing daily with harsh soaps can actually strip your skin, leaving it painfully dry and tight. And step 3, utilize cheap, basic items. We're talking a tiny dab of Vaseline as a moisturizer, and some rose water, which you can get for next to nothing, applied with a cotton swab in the morning to clean the dirt off. Simple, incredibly cheap, and it actually works.
Moving up to layer 2, real jawline secrets.
Now, facial structure is incredibly important for overall attractiveness. You could argue it matters way more than things like skin tone. But the internet is just full of lies right now, and it really shows the absolute madness of social media. You literally have guys physically pulling on their noses, trying to reshape cartilage, or biting down on rubber chew toys and massive wads of sugary gum. The source material points out, pretty accurately, that if anyone catches you doing these bizarre facial pulling exercises in your room, you're going to die of embarrassment. And worse, chewing all that sugary gum, it just leads to tooth decay and actually increases your body fat. The biological reality is way less flashy, but, it actually works. So the crucial thing here is understanding real biology, and that starts with mewing. It's fascinating how grounded the actual biology is compared to the internet hype. Mewing is not some magic trick that's going to give you a superhero jawline by tomorrow morning. It is a slow, natural biological habit. All it means is resting your tongue on the roof of your mouth, naturally, don't force it, and breathing exclusively through your nose. Chronic mouth breathing can genuinely alter your face shape for the worse over time. If you struggle with it at night, something as simple as taping your mouth while maintaining that good tongue posture during the day is the true foundation of solid facial structure. But listen, here is the actual, undeniable secret to revealing that jawline. You have to lower your overall body fat. Your jawline is already there. It is just hiding under a layer of soft tissue. So how do we fix that? Diet. You gotta stop eating soft, processed carbs all day long. The breads, the noodles, the pastries. Swap that stuff out for hard, crunchy whole foods. Think carrots, peanuts, fibrous vegetables. If you lower your body fat, your face will naturally lean out, and that jawline is gonna make its grand entrance without you ever needing to buy a weird internet chew toy.
Let's keep climbing. Layer 3, grooming and hair care.
Now this is where we tackle some deeply ingrained insecurities. Before we even get to the hair products, our source addresses the absolute elephant in the room, society's toxic colorism. It shares a really heartbreaking story about a young boy who was relentlessly bullied purely because of his dark skin. It's a harsh reality that society often unfairly judges people based on skin tone. But here is the pragmatic truth you need to hear. No turmeric paste, lemon juice, or expensive cream is going to magically change your genetics. Do not fall for those scams. What you absolutely can control with 100% certainty is your cleanliness and your grooming.
Impeccable grooming will completely override skin color when you're presenting a high-value version of yourself to the world. And speaking of cleanliness, let me hit you with a wild statistic to wake you up. 70%. That is the amount of bad breath that originates directly from a dirty tongue, not your teeth. You can brush your teeth 3 times a day, but if yesterday's lunch is still just sitting on your tongue, man, it doesn't matter how sharp your jawline is or how expensive your clothes are. If your breath kicks, people are going to immediately back away. Brush your tongue.
The source also drops some rapid-fire grooming non-negotiables that you just have to follow. First off, if your facial hair is patchy and looks like a mismatched forest, shave it off. A clean shave looks infinitely better than holding on to a few sparse hairs just to feel rugged. Second, trim your nose and ear hair. Nothing ruins a good vibe faster than visible nose hair. Third, throw out those $1 chemical shampoos you're using every single day. They literally strip your hair of its natural oils. Wash mostly with water and use a good hair oil. Stop popping your pimples, it just spreads bacteria everywhere. And finally, become friends with your barber. Talk to them. Figure out a style that actually fits your head shape instead of blindly copying an internet trend that makes you look like you were trying way too hard.
All right, layer 4, physique over height. This section tackles a massive insecurity for almost every single young guy out there. And once again, the internet is right there, ready to prey on your fears. There are thousands of videos promising that if you just drink this one specific sugary powder or do this one magical stretch, you'll grow 6 inches in a month. It's a total scam. On the flip side, you've got guys making excuses, saying that lifting weights or doing bodyweight exercises is going to stunt their growth. The pragmatic reality? Basic calisthenics, pull-ups, push-ups, stretching will absolutely not stunt your growth. If anything, staying active fully supports your natural development. The real formula for maximizing whatever genetic height potential you have is incredibly boring, but it's the truth. A clean diet, consistent exercise, and plenty of sleep. That's the whole secret. But here's the golden takeaway from this section. Even if you are on the shorter side, building a solid physique completely changes the game. If you focus on building a V-taper, meaning broad shoulders, a strong neck, and a muscular back, you are instantly going to look more attractive and command more respect than a taller guy who has zero physical discipline. Stop obsessing over the height you literally cannot control and start building the shoulders you can. And now, we reach the top of the pyramid. Section 5, the ultimate bitter truth. So, we've optimized your skin, your jaw, your grooming, and your physique. But let me pause right here and ask you a highly provocative question straight from our source. After all of this advice, do looks actually matter? The answer is probably going to shatter the entire illusion the internet has built for you. The explainer drops this brilliant quote that perfectly illustrates how the real world operates. Quote, "Looks are just the thumbnail of a YouTube video. Your personality, character, and success are the video itself." Think about that. Yes, a good thumbnail, your looks, might get someone to click. It might get your foot in the door. But if the actual video is empty, boring, or just completely lacks substance, they are going to click away immediately. Your physical appearance alone absolutely cannot sustain your value as a human being over the long term.
The source shares an incredibly sobering story to really drive this point home. The creator was standing at a crowded train station and noticed a young couple. The wife was undeniably beautiful. But as the chaotic rush to board the train started, several guys in the crowd intentionally bumped into and harassed her. And the husband? He saw the whole thing happen, but he did absolutely nothing. He lacked the physical presence, the courage, and the financial power, maybe just the money to buy a car or a safer ticket, to actually protect his family. In a crisis moment like that, your hollow cheeks and your sharp jawline are completely useless. A man's true value is built on his strength, his ability to lead, his financial security, and his discipline. You have to maximize your whole life, not just your looks.
And that brings us right to our final, powerful conclusion. If you take away anything from this explainer today, let it be this. You aren't ugly. You are just not investing in your lifestyle. You've got to stop staring in the mirror 50 times a day, desperately searching for flaws. Stop letting the internet brainwash you into a state of constant insecurity. Take care of your basic hygiene, absolutely. Build your physique, for sure. But most importantly, build your character, your purpose, and your real-world capabilities. Our source leaves us with a critical question to ponder, and I'll leave it with you. Are you going to spend the rest of your life obsessing over the thumbnail, or are you finally going to start directing the movie?